the game, cause see the boxing voice.
What's going on, people? It's Aaron Cantu coming in from Cantu's Corner, where we talk about hot topics, upcoming fights, some of the biggest news in the sport. Today we're talking about the Charlo brothers and their big event this weekend, December 22nd, Saturday, at the Barclays Center for PBC's first installment of boxing on Fox on premium cable. It's gonna be sick. You got JERMALL CHARLO facing Matt KOROBOV for the WBC interim middleweight championship, and then you got his younger brother JERMELL CHARLO facing Tony Harrison for the WBC junior middleweight championship. Now let's talk about JERMALL's fight first. You got JERMALL CHARLO who's fighting KOROBOV. Matt KOROBOV, a guy who is a late replacement for Willie Monroe after Monroe got popped for PEDs by the WBC and he had to pull out of the fight. So in comes KOROBOV, a 35-year-old, 28-1, 14 knockout fighter who has his biggest win against Jose Uzcategui back in 2014, but then got knocked out by Andy Lee in late 2014. And I've seen some highlights of KOROBOV, man. He actually goes in, he throws hard shots, he throws power punches. He doesn't go in and box and try to be slick. He actually throws hands. So this is going to be a explosive night. Charlo's going to have a guy who really wants to fight him. So we'll see what happens about that. This could potentially throw a wrench into Charlo's plans, but it's Lions only. JERMALL CHARLO comes in 27-0, 21 knockouts, 78% knockout ratio. He's looking to put on for his city of Houston. I was at their media workout on Wednesday, and his jab is strong, man. He throws a sharp, stiff, strong jab, man. And we saw it firsthand. His head trainer, Ronnie Shields, says that jab is his most underrated asset of what he does in the ring. So he's definitely going to utilize it. Charlo's coming off of 3 knockout performances, and he's looking to just stay in that prime position as a mandatory challenger for that big fight at 160 against Canelo. So he's got to look sharp. He's staying active. We'll see if the power shows. We'll see if this one goes the distance. I really doubt it. But Charlo in a prime position to continue his streak and potentially land the big fights down the road. JERMELL CHARLO will face Tony Harrison for his 4th defense of the WBC Junior Middleweight Championship. This fight is a co-feature to JERMALL's fight, and it's an opportunity for JERMELL to stay active, look sharp, and potentially pursue a unification fight against Jarrett Hurd, hopefully sometime in 2019. Now, Charlo is coming off a majority decision victory over Austin Trout last summer, and he's looking to stay active, looking to stay sharp. Before that decision win against Trout, he had 4 straight knockout victories, and he's gonna fight a guy in Tony Harrison who's a veteran, who's a lengthy, tall fighter for his weight, and that could potentially pose some threats for Charlo. Charlo is 5'11" with a 73-inch reach, whereas Harrison is 6'1" with a 76.5-inch reach. So that is a threat, but Charlo is a measured, calculated fighter. I like to say that he has controlled chaos because he can explode at any moment in the fight. And when I saw his fight against Trout back in the summer, that was something that stood out to me, his patience and his ability to really just let loose when he sees an opening. I think the work rate for Charlo is something that doesn't get recognized, especially with his trainer Derek James. And Charlo told me at his media workout that the biggest thing that Coach James has taught him is stabilization in boxing. So you can tell he's on the right track. He's fighting Harrison, a guy who only has 2 losses. Ironically enough, one of those losses is to Jarrett Hurd. The other one was to Willie Nelson. But this is a good stay busy fight for Charlo. We'll see how well he does. We'll see if that length of Harrison will pose any threats early in the fight. Make sure to check it out. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Lions can feast. For the Boxing Voice, it's your boy Young Cantu. Make sure to tune in next time. We're going to start doing some of these more segments where I'm in the corner of the screen just narrating. New media, we in here. Get it?
The voice of the people, the Boxing Voice. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to get notified anytime one of our videos drops.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the boxing voice.